common mistake I see is people filling in their eyebrows with a color that is too warm for them. If you have a neutral or a cool undertone, a warm color won't look as natural as something neutral. How do you know? Take a photo of yourself with your camera with the flash on, and that picture will immediately tell you if your brows are too red or not. Are you having trouble getting your brow powder to apply evenly? If so, it might be time for a new brush. The 3 things to look for: is it stiff on the back of your hand? Does it have any holes or gaps in it? Is it opening up like an old toothbrush? If it is, it's time for a new brush. Do you ever want to look independently at the front of your eyebrows to see if they're symmetrical? Are they level? Are they equidistant? Take your fingers, cover the tails. That way you can see the brows for what they really are, and you can see if there's anything kind of off with them by judging them. If you ever wonder why brow tattoos can look fake, it's because the eyebrow is 3-dimensional, and that is the beauty of an eyebrow. In profile, they look full, dense, there's a texture. Color alone does not replace texture. I always advise against over trimming. You need texture and color for authenticity. In my opinion, a tinted brow gel is sometimes too good to be true. You don't always want the color where you want the hold, and vice versa. I think it's best to use the color first, powder, pencil, and then use a clear brow gel on top. Keep them separate and you're gonna have a better result. This tip is less of a tip and more of a debate. How young is too young to get your eyebrows done? I personally have clients as young as 12 years old. I do think when kids go into high school, maybe that's the right time. I'm still not sure. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Did you know that your eyebrows can really flatter your face shape? For example, if you have a longer face, you want your brows to be a little bit flatter, a little bit straighter, so you don't overemphasize that length. Conversely, if you have a round face, you want a nice high-defined arch to break up that round line and give you a better proportion. How many of you know what the sclera is? That's the fancy word for the white of your eye. We all know that a well-shaped brow can make a brow look lifted, but did you know if you fill in your brows with a rich neutral color, you can make the sclera, that eye white, look so much whiter and so much brighter, you will sparkle. Doing at-home eyebrow maintenance is a great idea. However, my advice to you, if you make a mistake, stop what you're doing and put down your tweezers. All too often, people try to even out their brows or fix the other one. You're gonna ruin both eyebrows. Just stop, put down the tweezers, say a prayer. Are you getting your eyebrows done the same day as a big event and you wanna look fabulous? Here's a trick. You need to tweeze and not wax. When you wax, you remove the top layer of dead skin called the stratum corneum, and makeup will not stick there. So definitely opt for tweezing. You can apply your makeup as usual. And the old wives tell that if you tweeze the hair above your eyebrows, it comes back thicker or darker. It's not true. You definitely should tweeze above your brows. The trick is just limit it to a cleanup. You don't want to push them down. You still want to create all that lift and shape from underneath. But when dealing with the shape, you need to do it with the entire perimeter. Is it normally super painful when you tweeze your own brows, or maybe it's just before that time of the month? There's a product that will really help you. You probably already have it at home called Oragel. The active ingredient is benzocaine, and it's a numbing agent. So if you put it around your brows prior to tweezing, it'll be a much more pleasant experience. If you want to try that straight eyebrow look like Rihanna at the Met Gala, you can do it without looking absolutely crazy. Here's the thing. There's a difference between flat and straight. Straight can be on a bit of an upward angle. That's good for your brows. It'll keep your eyes looking open, because if they're flat, you'll look bored and tired. For a really believable brow fill, you can do powder and pencil together in combination, but the order does matter. Always do your pencil first. It has a wax base to it that the powder will actually stick to. So sweep through that pencil, stipple on that powder, it'll last all day long. It's so annoying when you go to blend your brow product and you take it all off. Whether it's powder or pencil, a spoolie is great to have, but instead of doing hard, fast strokes, take the spoolie and just pat your brow. It'll disperse the product, it'll soften it, but it'll stay in place. Are you using your brow brush correctly? With most angled brow brushes like Duo brow brush, there's a nice little point and then it slants down. Use that point to do any of your perimeter work, the fine detail, the peak. Use the whole side to generously shade. Trust me, you'll notice the difference. The reason most eyebrow makeup looks fake is because of the tails. If you use too much makeup, it can be a dead giveaway. You want a micro fine tail with a little product, so when you're done, use a slightly moistened Q-tip, run along the perimeter on the top and the bottom. It'll really control that taper and make it natural. Did you break your eyeshadow or brow powder or blush? Don't worry, you can totally fix this. Spray it with rubbing alcohol in a little bottle till it's really wet. Take a coin wrapped in a tissue and firmly press for like 30 seconds. Let it dry, clean up the edges, you're back in action.